I do find it kind of funny, like people trying to analyze, like, well, he said this, so that means, we're going to get Haskins or we're going to get Foles. I mean, listen, the coaches are trying to be as vanilla as possible because it's like, imagine like you're playing a game of poker. You're not going to show what you have right away because then you can leverage that to, picks or maybe trade and stuff like that. So obviously coaches and GMs aren't going to come out and say, we like this guy better than this guy. So they're not going to give away like their game plan of what they're going to do yet. But as far as some other news today, I mean, you kind of touched on it with the Jaguars and whatnot, with Doug Marrone and Dave Caldwell and everything. But something I wanted to ask you, and I'm kind of bummed I'm not there to witness it, but there's rumors going around right now, Brent, that Jason LaCafora and Paul Kuharsky had a little incident. Can you confirm or deny these rumors? And we might have lost Brent here.
No, I think Kuz is messing around with buttons, so I can't hear you right now.
Okay.
And so that's what happened.
Okay.
So I don't think you lost me. Kuz will fix it in the break, my friend. But right now I can hear you, so that's good. And I think actually, no, Kuz. We'll take everybody inside the business. The mix minus is still right there. So we'll figure it out during the commercial break. But I didn't hear a word you said, Austin.
No problem.
So let me know what you said about your last comment.
Brent, can you hear me now?
Oh, yeah, I got
Okay. Okay, so I was reading on Twitter and whatnot because obviously I'm trying to do my homework and do my due diligence and follow along with this combine news and stuff like that. And there's kind of a rumor circulating on Twitter right now that Jason LaCafora and Paul Kuharsky kind of had a little bit of a, I don't want to call it a brouhaha, but maybe like a little tussle. There might have been some words exchanged. Can you confirm or deny these rumors right now?
Austin, why do you always want to get to the fighting part of things?
Because that's what I'm all about.
I mean, you're really going to – I don't want to talk about this. I've been gathering news today for everybody back in Jacksonville. I've been talking about quarterbacks and what are they going to do with everything, with Doug Marrone and Dave Caldwell. I'm not paying attention to some of these soap opera type things.
Okay.
And also, by the way, I have to whisper this. He's like 10 feet away from me.
Oh, man.
So what
are we talking about, Paul or
do
Jason?
You want me to get him on?
Are we talking Paul or Jason here?
Jason.
Oh, okay. No, I don't really need to talk to him that much. We're all good. But, okay.
And by the way, the Jags fans in Jacksonville aren't a huge fan.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's why I'm taking Paul Kuharsky in a 3-round decision, but I'm talking 10-8 rounds, though. I think he gets the job done pretty easily. Because Paul, from Tennessee, he's covered the Titans for a while. I feel like he's kind of a scrapper, man, and I feel like Jason can't handle him. So, Paul Kuharsky.
I saw the same stuff you were talking about. I did see a tweet, but I have no idea about the actual drama involved and all that. But that's pretty funny that came out of it. So, hey, the big story again is really Nick Foles. After we talked to Marrone and Caldwell, Nick Foles, the Eagles come out and say, hey, he's going to be a free agent. We're not franchise tagging Nick Foles. And so that puts the Jaguars now in a position, I think, of strength, because I don't think they were going to trade for Nick Foles. So if you wanted Nick Foles on the Jacksonville Jaguars, if you thought that was an option, I think if they had franchise tagged him, the Eagles had, and they wanted to trade, well, the Jags weren't going to be interested. I think what the Eagles found out is not many teams were interested. And so now Nick Foles is going to be a free agent. And who will the highest bidder be? How many teams will be involved in the Nick Foles stuff? I think that's the next part of this here from the NFL Combine and in these next few weeks. It's a critical – I don't know about critical. Yeah, it's critical. We're talking about the quarterback of a football team. So it's not only critical, but also it shows which way I think the Jaguars are going in the next few weeks. Really a couple of weeks when the league year starts. And I think that all begins now. I think one of the reasons the Eagles said, hey, we don't need to we want to get this word out here is because now we get to talk to teams here at the Combine. And maybe the conversations, or at least from a Jag standpoint now, the conversations can begin in earnest in their own meeting rooms to say, hey, do we want to go after this guy? What's the cost going to be? More thoughts on Nick Foles and why I'm still unsure if they get him. And I'm also interested at why it seems like a lot of Jags fans don't want him. I thought more would want to go the Nick Foles route, but that's not shaping up that way, at least on social media. So I want to touch on that. We have a poll question out there. We have Action Sports Jacks on ESPN 690 from Jacksonville. all the way to the NFL Combine in Indianapolis. I'll tell you a little bit more about what's happening here. Austin Lane shares some stories. We have all that and more coming up here on a Wednesday edition of Action Sports Jax on ESPN 690 from the Combine in Indianapolis.
Action Sports Jax with Brent Martineau on ESPN 690 is brought to you by Best Bet Jacksonville and Orange Park.
The Medical Group Management Association of Northeast Florida is proud to join forces with the Duval County Medical Society to host its first annual symposium on April 18th. Aimed at helping physicians and practice managers to smoothly operate their practice day-to-day, topics include healthcare trends impacting your practice, stress management and communication, and empathy in the workplace. To register, go to nfmgma.com. That's nfmgma.com. All attendees must be employed by a medical group or practice.
Hey everybody, it's Brent Martin of Action Sports Jax here to talk to you about my good friends, the new Jenkins Hyundai of Jacksonville. They built this new dealership from the ground up, and they did it with you in mind, and it's a beautiful facility. Their focus is getting you into the car you want at an affordable price, and that's where their no-risk, no-pressure approach comes in. If you buy a vehicle from Jenkins Hyundai of Jacksonville and you're not 100% satisfied with your purchase, you can bring the vehicle back within the first 7 days for your money back. The Hyundai you want, the service you deserve, all with Jenkins' exclusive lifetime warranty. You can drive a Hyundai. Put a Hyundai in your family.